Next job I was going to do on the srad was these carbs, but I've decided I'm not going to do them. I'm going to do the radiator next, and the reason I'm not going to do the carbs is because ideally once they're rebuilt and they're cleaned, they just want to go on the bike, and the bike wants running up with fuel in. They don't want sitting on the bike dry. So I'm going to get on with this radiator. I've got to make some changes to the original. So this is the original radiator off the bike, and as you can see there's quite a bit of difference in the size. I'll just flip this one over. So that's the replacement radiator I've got. It's for another bike. This is the one I've took off the bike. It's old, you can see it's time it was replaced, so I thought I'd go bigger, which makes sense because we need to keep the bike cool. So I've got to make some modifications to make this radiator fit on the bike, and I've also got to make some modifications to the pipework on the back. So I'll just flip them over, and as you can see there's a difference there on the pipework. So where this pipe is quite direct, and this one it goes down. So I'm going to need to cut this off and do something with this. I could maybe cut it and try and fasten the pipe on there, but ideally really this wants cutting and it wants welding straight out. I'm not sure it's a job I'm confident in doing, but really that's what wants to be done. This here also wants cutting off and welding up because we don't need it. It's different, it's not on this radiator, so we need to make this one it's the same as much as possible, so this is going to have to come off and be welded up. Also need to make the radiator fit the bike, so I'm going to need to make some changes there. So I've lobbed that off there, and my plan is to weld it on there like that, and hopefully that'll do. Well, it's been emotional getting that on there. It's not fantastic, but it's on. As long as it's got a good seal and it stays on, we're laughing. So you will also see I've removed this as well, and that is now welded up. As you'll see, our mounting points are a bit different, so they're going to want sorting out next. I've got this bit here, it almost lines up with that one on there, so I'm going to have a look and see if I'll get away with leaving that one on. But this one here, something's going to need doing with that, and also are these tabs going to need taking off. So it's not far off with that one tab already on, but as you can see it is a bit over that way, so I think I'm going to have to make some alterations on this side as well to just move it over that way to make it more central. So I've got that top bracket on there now, cut that off the old radiator which is down on the floor, so that's lobbed off, it's welded on there. There's some other tabs that I've lobbed off, so this I've cut that off, didn't need to be on. These back bits, cut them off, they didn't need to be on. I'll dress them up a bit better, but first I'm going to go and put it on the bike. I'll see if it'll fit on the bike. Let's go and have a look. So that fits on the bike absolutely spot on. Where I've put that bracket on there, it fastens onto the original mounting point, absolutely perfect. The radiator fits up to the original pipe on the bike, absolutely perfect. We'll go around to the other side. You can see it's sitting there absolutely spot on. The pipe I've turned upside down. The original hose on the bike fits up to it absolutely spot on. And the other bracket I moved bolts onto the bike, absolutely perfect. So there we have it, a bigger radiator. So that's the coolant problem solved, hopefully. We've got to see if it's watertight yet. Next we will be trying the tank at some point Friday. I think Friday it'll be 7 days since we put the liner in the tank. So that tank liner resin, it has gone nice and hard now, but it did say wait 7 days. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to wait 7 days until we put some fuel in the bike. In the meantime, I'm going to go and get on with something else.